Music, dance, theater. It's time to take a seat on the aisle with Tom Alvarez. Hear from performers, producers, presenters, and creators who enrich our lives in the performing arts. Who's on stage? Here is Tom Alvarez to introduce you.
Hello, and welcome to On the Aisle with me, Tom Alvarez. My guest on today's episode is Austin Campagna, Director of Sales and Marketing for Hotel Carmichael in Carmel, Indiana, and specifically its entertainment facility, Feinstein's Cabaret. Join me now as I go on the aisle for a conversation with Austin.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Then also on the marketing side, very involved with promoting the hotel, Feinstein's, Vivant, and all things that happen here at the hotel. And as part of my influence with Feinstein's, I've been working closely with the artist. So I do a little bit of everything.
Wow, sounds like that's a big job.
Yes.
Okay, so have you been with Feinstein's from the very beginning?
So the hotel opened in 2020 and I started in 2022. So a little bit less than 2 years after the hotel opened.
Okay, and has it flown by quickly?
It has. I blinked my eyes and I've been here almost 4 years. Every year it's new and exciting, and the hotel and Feinstein's continues to grow. So it's been quick and exciting few years here.
Tell me a little bit about your background.
Sure. So
your education, so on and so forth.
Absolutely. Originally I'm from north of West Lafayette, Benton County, out in the cornfields of Indiana there.
Oh, you're a Hoosier. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then I went to Purdue University, and I was originally undecided. And then when kind of discussing kind of ideas with my counselor, we came across hospitality, and I thought, well, I like hotels and traveling, so that sounds great.
Okay.
So I graduated with a degree in hospitality and tourism management from Purdue. And then I made my way into hotels and got into hotels right out of college.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I understand Purdue has a really great program for
They do,
hospitality. Yeah. Is it unique in this country, that sort of program, or?
Yeah. When I started, they were number one in the country in hospitality, and since then, the White family, Bruce White, they have really been involved with Purdue and donating and promoting to the program. So it's really an outstanding program there at Purdue University. Yeah.
Okay, so when you started this job, you moved to Carmel, I take it?
Well, I moved to Fishers, and
Okay.
yep, just out of the pandemic, moved to Fishers and had to start our family there. And then this hotel was being built in the meantime. And then once this position opened up, I was happy that I was able to get this opportunity.
Well, I have been to Hotel Carmichael a number of times since it opened. I have reviewed several shows over the its lifetime as a cabaret room, and so I know it well. And I think that the whole ambiance is very similar to what I found when Feinstein's name was attached to 54 Below in New York. And but it's even more so because I understand that Michael and Terrence, his spouse, they were directly involved in the decor, the artwork, and every single detail down to the glasses and everything else. It's like the branding is just very specific, isn't it?
Yes, it's very important, the branding. We make sure we follow the brand and consider that in all our decisions. And Michael's been a great support, and he knew exactly what the club needed from design and layout. And we had some great team involved that had worked at 54 Below as well, to kind of making sure we put it together correctly.
And I'm blanking on his name, John, but he passed away recently. That's the last time I saw him was at Feinstein's at Hotel Carmichael. Remind me of his last name.
Yes, John Iketi, yes.
Sure. Yeah, wonderful man. Very, very warm, very personable. So, okay, so you're here today to talk about the Allied Solutions, and they are the sponsors for this upcoming season. So tell me all about it.
Sure. So since I've been here, we've always kind of talked about finding a right partner to help us kind of bring some more talent to Feinstein's with 133 seats. Sometimes we're limited on the the budget and things for different shows. So we really want to partner with the right company here, someone local, and Allied Solutions has always been fantastic to Carmel and Hotel Carmichael and big supporters. So we got together and talked to them about a plan where they can kind of support us and bring in some exciting talent and then help us to promote Feinstein's and get the Allied Solutions name out there as well. So we have an exciting series that's just kicking off. It's going to be 4 different shows that will perform 2 nights, so 8 shows total, but 4 different artists. And Allied Solutions is our main sponsor. So we're really going to do a lot of marketing and promoting to share this exciting news here very soon.
Well, tell me this. This is not a not-for-profit entity, is that correct?
Correct. No, we are a for yes, for profit entity. Yes.
I understand. And so they are basically sponsors in that it's a marketing opportunity for them. Is that right?
Yes, we they help us and we help them kind of promote and share, expand the Allied Solutions name as well.
So what they're basically giving you is a bigger budget to work with to attract bigger names.
Yes, they're allowing us to attract some exciting names here to Carmel, Indiana, which I think is good for Carmel. And with their help, we're able to do so. Yeah.
Well, that room, I've seen my share of big names there, but it's been a while. It used to seem like it was on a regular basis, so I'm glad that you're bringing that back so that folks in Indiana can have a chance to see the highest caliber performers. And the cabaret art form is what I'm speaking about specifically. That's, the cabaret art form is especially dear to my heart, myself. And, it's one of the favorite genres that I like to cover. And during my career, I have interviewed quite a few cabaret artists and, many of them. I played your room. People like, of course, Michael has been there regularly. And people like Storm Large and, oh my gosh, Marilyn May and a couple times, and Ann Hampton Calloway, Liz Calloway. I mean, Clint Holmes. I could go on and on and on. But yeah, I've had some really special moments in that club, and the whole ambiance. It's just it's transportive. It really is. And there's nothing quite like it. And so for people who are listening, it's worthwhile to experience. And so I take it that with Michael involved too. He's very conscious of image and branding. Would you say that's true?
Yes, yeah, Michael's always kind of whenever it's in the hotel, he's looking around, make sure things are on brand, the right music's playing throughout the lobby, and he's always been there to support us and make sure he shares his feedback on our brand and making sure we stay true to that.
Yeah, for people who haven't been there, describe how would you describe the art hanging in the room itself, but also it's all over the hotel.
Yeah, so our hotel is an autograph collection hotel. And like Autograph Collection, the brand is exactly like nothing else. And each hotel has a tie to their community or something special. And ours is committed to focusing on the Great American Songbook. So that's very dear and important to our hotel in Feinstein's. Every day at 4 o'clock, we do a complimentary champagne toast, whether you're staying at the hotel or just traveling by. And at that time, we say a few words or share some fun facts about the Great American Songbook. And we all toast to make sure we continue that message every day throughout the hotel. We've also partnered with the Great American Songbook Foundation, and we have a display case in our lobby that they change out every couple of months that pays tribute to the Great American Songbook through art that's been donated either through Michael Feinstein's himself or through other entities. We like to showcase that. Just last month we had a painting that Tony Bennett did for Liza Minnelli that was very cool. So it's nice to showcase some of those great stories here in the hotel. And then throughout the hotel, we have a lot of different art and likenesses that pay tribute to some of the artists of that time. They're kind of all throughout the hotel. Cole Porter's our ballroom, so we pay tribute to him and many other artists here in Indiana. And so we
Yeah,
make
so
sure.
it's got a very showbiz vibe, I would say, right? Showbiz.
Yes, sure. We also the chandeliers throughout the hotel also give it a little sparkle. So it's a great upscale hotel that pays tribute to, I think, a great era.
And you have people who come back over and over again, don't you? And people from all over the world. Is that true?
That is, yes. So through Eventbrite, we can kind of track where people are buying tickets. We see them all throughout the world coming to Feinstein's to experience exciting entertainment. And then when people come to Indianapolis or Carmel, a lot of them choose hotels, the place to stay, because it's an experience in itself.
Well, and of course, Carmel and that arts district, there's all kinds of wonderful shopping and restaurants, and
Yes.
so it's become quite it's the result that Jim Brainerd, former mayor, Carmel Mayor Jim Brainerd, brought to fruition, right?
That's right. Yeah, he envisioned an upscale hotel right in the city center, and he worked with Pedcore to bring that story to life. And we're so happy for our location and our great partners and boutique shops all here in the center, or just steps away from the Monon and the Palladium and the Center for Performing Arts. So there's so much exciting going around us.
So tell me this, let's talk about the season. Who's coming?
Sure. So we have starting off in March with Maggie Baugh. So she was here last year and did a sold out show. And she's a country singer that's been growing. She's very talented with playing multiple instruments. She is great with the fiddle and multiple guitars. And she has a great voice. And she was kind of known for touring with Keith Urban for a long period of time. So she's well known and growing. And yeah, she sold out her show last year, and she's back this year for two shows with
Tell
the
me that
sponsor.
name again, Austin. Tell me that name
Uh,
again.
yeah, her name is Maggie Baugh.
How do you spell that last name?
It's a Baugh.
Okay, Maggie Ball. All right.
Yep. She played the Devil Went Down to Georgia with her a violin, and was all throughout the Feinsteins, kind of really entertaining and high energy and very talented. So
Okay.
yeah.
And who's
Uh,
next?
Next, we have Morgan James. You may be familiar with her. She's been here before a few years ago. But she is a stunning singer. She's very versatile, and she's an actress as well. But she has a very soulful jazz voice, but it's extremely powerful as well. So she's was known for some of her collaborations on Postmodern Jukebox, where they kind of take popular songs and then play them in like a 1920s feel. So
Mhm.
that's kind of where she was really popular, but she's really big in Broadway. She's been on Motown, the musical. So she's a younger, uh, uh, kind of popular Broadway singer, I would say, that we're glad to have her back after many years.
Mhm.
Um, she sang some songs recently in her new album, Thunderstruck or Dream On, some of those songs that she's reinventing in kind of a jazz soulful tone. So she's
And
going to be a
so
really
she played the room some time ago, right? Is that
She
correct?
did. Yep, a
Okay.
few years ago. Mhm.
Okay. And then who's next?
And then we have in April, Casey Abrams and Hunter. So Casey Abrams, he just played at the Palladium in December, this last December for the holidays with David Cos. He's extremely talented. He was on American Idol. And he was also on Postmodern Jukebox with his kind of entertainment and voice. He plays the upright bass, is super skillful and high
So
energy.
you mentioned postmodern jukebox. You mean the group and the two singers you're talking about, they both perform with that group or
Yeah, so Postmodern Jukebox is it's kind of a group where they pull in different talent and they kind of get together,
yeah, that's
collaborate.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've reviewed them and I've seen them perform at the Palladium, correct? Yeah, they play
yeah,
Palladium a number of times. Hmm.
yeah.
So and they bring on individual singers, freelance, right? Is that
Exactly.
okay? All right. So you have two people who perform with them.
Yes. Yeah, so they're really great. And then Hunter is going to sing with Casey, and Hunter, she's a singer and actress as well, but she's got a very soulful, soft voice. Her kind of people have described her voice as smooth as butter, so it's a real gentle voice, but then she can hit some really high notes. And she was on American Idol and The Voice, and she's been in TV with The Bold and the Beautiful and the morning show that was on Apple TV. So she's really all over the place and really growing. And her and Casey together have a really good duo.
Okay. So these four performers, what's the time frame? For what months? Is there, or the
Sure.
whole year, or are they just part of your season next year?
Just part of the season. So the first show is Maggie. So she's in March on the 20th and 21st. And then Morgan James, March 27th, 28th. And then Casey Abrams and Hunter together are April 10th and 11th. And then one more artist we have is Will Hogue. He's here May 8th and 9th. He's kind of a American folk style country singer, but not, I wouldn't say too much country, a little bit more popular music. But he's a really big artist in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's been here before in a sold out show. So he's another kind of we have a kind of a mix of different genres with this series. So trying to kind of offer a little bit of variety and yeah, he's got a really great voice too.
Yes. And so what about the rest of the season? You fill it out with local people?
So yeah, so for the rest of the season, we're still planning out kind of the end of the year, but we still have our regular shows, including Don Farrell with his different shows with tribute to Neil Diamond, Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra. So he'll be here throughout the year. Dueling Pianos is another show that was kind of our part of our local series that we back. Tim Wright will be here throughout the year. And Drag Brunch will still continue. So all those shows will still continue. We're just kind of sprinkling some of these national artists too with the help of Allied Solutions. So we're
Yeah,
still working
tell
on.
me about I understand the drag brunch is very popular. Tell me about it. Why?
Yeah. Well, I think it's something new to Carmel. We hear a lot of feedback that people say thank you for bringing Drag Brunch to Carmel. We have bachelor parties and bachelorette parties and kind of a young, fun group that's here and really enjoys it. So, but there's also the older crowd too that take a bus and they travel in and experience the show. So really, all ages love it. It's something
So
I think.
I've been covering the arts a long time, and I know that drag, a lot of its popularity in the quote mainstream, it's not controversial. There's nothing there are folks out there, and it's their right to disagree with it, that it's an art form or whatever. But there are more than not who just see it as great entertainment. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. It's a great entertainment. We have great feedback. People really enjoy it. So it's
And
a
and I would say too that it's well known that RuPaul with Drag Race opened the doors for its acceptance as an entertainment form. Would you say that's correct as well in your experience?
Yeah, I would say that that show definitely brought some light to it, made it popular just recently or so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's accurate. Yeah.
Are the people in that group, are they all local? Indianapolis,
Um,
Central Indiana people?
as far as I know, the main MC Pat is local, and then I think that the her crew may change out, but I think most of our local, as far as I know.
Yeah. And who else is okay, Don Farrell, I just had recorded an interview with him, so he's going to be on this podcast to talk about his Frank Sinatra show. So that's a real coup that you have him performing on a regular basis in your room. He's got a big fan base, doesn't he?
He does his show so very well. Don's a great entertainer, and Frank Sinatra. We do it many times throughout the year, and it always sells out. And I think Don does a great job. Even he brings like the lottery tickets and kind of gets into the Frank Sinatra persona. So he really lives up to the character.
Oh, really? Lottery tickets?
Hmm. Yep.
Explain that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I haven't fact checked this, but Don was telling me that that's something Frank Sinatra would do at his shows is kind of give out lottery tickets or kind of give out little gifts or trinkets and candies and things like that. So Don will do that sometimes around his show times.
Well, that's cool. No, he didn't tell me that.
Yeah, you'll have to ask him about that one.
Yeah. Okay. So how would you describe your food, your service, and all the rest? Because it's not just the show. You get the whole ambiance. You get the food. You get the service. So here's your chance to pitch it.
Well, yeah. What I love about Feinstein's is it's evolved over the years. We listen to feedback. We ask for people to fill out surveys and tell us how their experiences was, and we've taken that and continue to elevate our experience. So some feedback in the early years was you need to add more items to your menu. So we did, and we try and cater and we change out the menu 3 times a year at least. So we offer some variety, and we want to make sure it's an elevated experience that they can't just get anywhere else. So we have really talented culinary team, and then the same on our beverage side. We change out our beverage menu at least 3 times a year, and also seasonal options. So we want to offer curated craft cocktails and make sure that we're just not an experience you can get anywhere. It's something unique.
When one goes to a website to check out the restaurants and they want to get an idea of like the price point or how much is this going to cost me, oftentimes they'll just see icons with dollar signs. How many
Mhm.
dollar signs are there behind the room? One, two,
Um,
three, or four.
I would say we're probably between the $2 to $3 sign. I think you can definitely have some higher ticket items that you can purchase if you want to do a fillet and some old fashions, or you can also order just finger food, some appetizers, and maybe not have a cocktail. So depends on what you're in the mood for. So we offer a little variety, I think.
It's just and people can go on your website to explore it. There's a lot of detail on there, but just generally for someone listening, what kind of average what kind of money will be expected to bring along to spend that night when you're coming to see a show, having dinner and whatever?
Yeah. What we like to say,
Average.
average, I would say. Our average ticket price for different shows is around $45 per person for a ticket. And then for food and beverage, we have a $25 per person minimum. So if you get one drink and appetizer, you're probably right there. So that's kind of the starting point. It kind of goes up from there. So I would say if you're doing the full meal and full experience, probably $100 a person would probably be a safe
Yeah,
bet.
but you know what? That would just be a fraction of what it would cost you if you flew to New York City or Chicago or a larger market to get the kind of show and food that you serve. Would you say that's correct?
I would. I say that's definitely correct. You definitely
And
not.
some people, I know people who make a night of it and like they stay at the hotel and they stick around the next day and shop in Carmel. So you could make a
Yeah.
whole weekend out of it if you wanted to, couldn't you?
You could, yeah. There's plenty to do, so it's a great place to spend the weekend, and even if you're local or far away.
And then, of course, you have that, you can tell I've been there because I know all about it, like the bar upstairs, which is very popular, right?
Yeah, Adagio. We play live music 5 days a week, and actually, as we're speaking, we're renovating it a little bit.
Really?
So
Okay.
it's under construction for the next 4 weeks or so, and we're replacing the main bar to add some extra space for multiple bartenders to be back there, so that we can service
Wow.
our guests
And
a little
when
better.
I always see people that I know from the area who hang out there in addition to hotel guests. It seems like a good mix.
Yes,
It's a
we
gathering place, isn't it?
it sure is. We really appreciate our locals, and they're here, and most days during the week, and they love sitting by the our wood burning fireplace and having a drink and just being here in the atmosphere.
And then, of course, there is the restaurant Vivante, correct? Is that the name of it?
Yes, Vivant. Yes, it's
Vivant,
just
Vivant.
Vivant. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's an approachable restaurant, we'd like to say. So it doesn't have to be a special occasion. You can come there any day of the week and have breakfast and lunch, and it's a affordable pricing and a great atmosphere as well. And
One
that,
of my most memorable experiences ever was a brunch I attended there during the eclipse, the outdoors with a group of friends. And it was magical. It was magical. Were you there by any chance?
yeah, I think I actually remember saying hi to you there.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
we
was
try to.
remarkable. I mean, and that's part of do you know who and for those who don't know who she is, Nancy Heck is also on this show. In fact, her show just dropped, and you can listen to it. But it's basically she talks about her 20-year association with Jim Brainerd. She was right alongside him when he brought that vision to bear, and she was right there. But she talked about, what influenced him being in Europe, spending time in Europe. And, they did a lot of due diligence on what people wanted, how they wanted to be entertained, how they wanted to eat, the roundabouts, everything. And I certainly can say, vouch for the fact that, he scored big on creating an atmosphere of elegance and so, the Carmichael fits in just perfectly with the Palladium in the background and the campus, the whole thing.
Yeah, I think Mayor Brainerd, Nancy, and their team were fantastic, and they really helped develop Carmel, and people come from all around just to be there and be part of what Carmel has to offer. And I know when talking to Bruce quarterly with Pedcore and the hotel,
Yes.
he always wants to make sure the hotel's well taken care of. It's a amenity of the city, and he would rather make sure it's taken good care of than save money on different things. He's a
I'm
great owner.
sure, I'm sure you in your position, you hear all the good as well as I'm sure you get complaints too. You can't be in that business without getting complaints, but I bet you get a lot of glowing reviews, don't you, from guests? Not only the guests, but people who come to the club as well. But what are some of the things that they tell you?
Yeah. So as a part of an autograph collection hotel, there's over 160 autograph collection hotels in the United States. And last year we just finished right around eighth. So, I think those stats kind of speak for themselves. And we have a great product. We have a great location, but really it's our curators, our employees here at the hotel that really go above and beyond to make sure everyone's having a great time. Even
So how do
during
you do you have how long does your training last? I know that's always very important for a hotel, especially like yours.
Sure. We have an onboarding process that they have to complete a set amount of training. It usually takes about a week before they can start. And then we have continuous training every month with all of our curators and staff here at the hotel to make sure that they're continually growing and learning and getting the training they need to take care of our guests here. So, yeah.
Mhm. So I presume that like a lot of establishments like yours, and actually it's becoming more common than that for especially for hotels, the whole focus on customer service and the time that they call you on the phone to right after they leave, that that they're going to get consistent good customer service throughout. Would you say that's correct?
Yes, that's correct. We have different training. So the system starts right away as minute they pull up to our valet, making sure we take care of them as they exit the car, help them with their luggage. We check them in the hotel and offer them a signature drink to start the experience of the hotel. We walk them to the elevator. We check in on them throughout their stay. We have little signature things throughout the hotel to kind of make it a memorable experience. And then as they exit, we make sure we have everything taken care of and they're happy and we look forward to seeing them back. So
So
we have
do you turn the duvet covers and put mints on the pillows?
we don't have a turn down service, no, but we do make sure they're taken care of. If they need some ice, they call us. We get it for them. We bring it right up to them. Even during December, we went and got teddy bears with Hotel Carmichael on them. So the little kids
Yeah.
that were here for the Chris Grinnell Market, they got a teddy bear they could take home with them.
So let me ask you about the crystal market. Did that play havoc on you? I mean, were there any downsides to that? I mean, it comes with the territory if you're going to do something like that. There's the parking issue and all that stuff. Did that impact on you negatively at all, or was it a plus?
I think it was a plus. People really enjoyed their time with us, and we've done it for many years now, so we know what to expect and how to plan accordingly and staff properly. So maybe valet takes a little bit more time than usual, but our guests are
Yeah,
very
but I
understanding.
bet you had a lot of bookings in the restaurant, right? People who wanted to come in from the cold and have dinner or
Yes,
lunch or whatever. Yeah.
yes, our hotel sees more foot traffic that time period than any time throughout the year, so it's definitely our high demand time.
And then you
Yeah,
were on the Today Show. I mean, they were on the Today Show. I mean, my goodness, you know.
it is.
And
Yeah.
and you're number one in the country in some list, but Carmel's always on the number one list of somebody, right?
Yeah, it's a number one Chris Kringle market in the US for many years now, as far as I remember. So the Today Show was great exposure to highlight that.
Well, it's clear that I've just given you like a 30-minute commercial, but you know what? It's my show and I can talk about anything I want. But I think it's entirely appropriate because I cover the arts in a really broad manner. So I love talking to anybody and everybody who supports and advocates for the arts. And because I have my own nonprofit Magic Thread Cabaret. It is a small local, we discover local talent and we produce them and we nurture and develop them. So I have a stake in promoting the cabaret art form. So cabarets like yours and the cabaret downtown, it's the most wonderful thing that's happened to Central Indiana during my 40, 50 years of covering the arts because it's a very special art form. You know, the intimacy of the club, that whole experience, the storytelling, all of it. You know, I'm so delighted that there are places that people can go to right here in our backyard. And not to mention, you know, the hotel itself, you know, again, for those people who can't regularly afford to travel to New York City, it's in their backyard. That's good. That's great
Mhm.
for everybody concerned. And I think most importantly, the artists themselves, you know, they have to work for a living and they got to get bookings wherever they can. And, you know, Indianapolis has become, from where I sit, has become a very, very, very important entertainment hub, you know, and that's kind of a best kept secret for some, but not to me, you know. Uh, so for those who haven't discovered, let's talk about specifically about Feinstein's itself. For those who haven't experienced it, what would you say to encourage them to give it a try? I think we've already gone over most of it, but in your own words, tell me.
Sure. Yeah, so my general manager, Jamie Hopwood, he kind of is saying that not every show is for everyone, but we have a show for everyone. So it
Mhm.
matter, what you're into or what you like. We have all kinds of great entertainment at Feinstein's that I think if you take a look and look at our lineup, you'll find a show that's the right fit for you. And when you get to Feinstein's, the atmosphere is really mesmerizing. There's not I don't think I can count how many times I took someone into Feinstein's for the first time and they just said, "Oh wow, like I didn't expect to see this here."
You
So
know, some people should know as well. Let's give them a clue because not everyone, but most of the performers are willing to do a meet and greet afterwards, right? Many of them, and
yeah,
so see, you can meet them right there.
yeah, we say that there's not a bad seat in Feinstein's. It's an intimate club. You're so close to the entertainment. It's a really a unique experience, and the artists are welcoming and love to spend time with the guests after the show and meet and greet and give
Oh
autographs.
yeah, and they that you have a step and repeat, a very cool step and repeat, a backdrop for those who don't know what that is with the logo on it. And you can get photos and then you can post them on Facebook and brag that you got to know the performer, right?
Yeah,
I think that's a big perk myself, you know.
yeah,
I do it
I
myself. I mean, why not?
yeah, definitely, I agree. Yeah, there's not another experience
Well,
like it.
Well, I encourage listeners to give Feinstein's a try, and you know, both as I said before, I am a lover of the cabaret art form. It is a very if you've not A lot of people don't even know what cabaret means. I'm sure you know this. It depends on who you ask. Some people think it's, oh, that is it like the movie, like this wild, crazy German, thing that I saw in the movies. Well, not exactly, but that's where it originated of many places. But it's wouldn't you say that the key is that it's an intimate experience, storytelling, and unique in that it's up and close. And
Yeah,
you
I
make
agree.
a direct connection with the performer because you're in such a close space.
Yeah, I agree. It's that connection you have with the artist when they kind of tell you some stories that maybe they don't tell everyone, and you get to learn more about them, and you're just steps away from kind of hearing their stories and seeing them in person, and then meeting them after. It's great.
Oh, Austin, we need to talk about because people want to know who've never gone there. Oh, it sounds like it's really fancy. How do I dress? How do I act? What do I do? What do you say to
Sure.
those folks?
I would say it depends on kind of the show. During kind of our Frank Sinatra shows, sometimes people will dress up and wear a sports coat. And then sometimes we have country singers and people dress a little more casual with jeans. So it depends on the show. And kind of
But you're
we're
going to
not.
be welcome when you say nevertheless. No, you're never going to run into somebody who like you don't need to feel judged or anything like that. There's not a special way to behave.
No, definitely not. There's no dress codes. You're always welcome. Appreciate everyone and all of our guests. So there's no reason to
Yeah,
feel
but
like
there
you're
are
missing.
a few chances in these parts where you can like get really dialed up, and I've seen it all there. I've seen women in long gowns and faux furs and guys in tuxes, and yeah, it's very cool though. It's very sophisticated, urbane experience if you want it to be that way.
Yes, I agree. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, look, it's been really great talking to you, and I look forward to coming to the club and seeing some of the shows this coming year. A lot of those sound very, very attractive to me, particularly the Allied Solutions performers, of course. But Don Farrell, I promised him I would come and see him too. Apparently he has a Barry Manilow show in the works too.
He does. Yeah, he has Barry Manilow, Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, Neil Diamond, Jimmy Buffett. So he does a little bit of everything.
Oh wow, I didn't know about the Jimmy Buffett. I could see the others. But
Yeah,
he's such a great actor. I've seen him in so many character roles. He could play anybody.
he could. He sure could.
Okay, well, listen, thank you for your time. And it's been really eye-opening to hear about your role behind the scenes and making all this happen. Sounds like you've
Yeah.
got a really interesting job.
Yes, it's my first time kind of being in the mix of some show business, and I love it. It's a amazing hotel, and Feinstein's is a great club, so I'm just happy to be part of it all.
Okay, well, with that, I'm going to close now and thank you again. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Our thanks go out to our media sponsor, Urban Times. Urban Times is a monthly news magazine which serves as the official newsletter for 15 Indianapolis neighborhoods, offering news about development, arts and entertainment, and from the business community. Thank you for joining me on the aisle. Please subscribe to my podcast, and if you want to hear previous episodes, find them on the All Indiana Podcast Network, or listen to them wherever you get your podcasts. This is Tom Alvarez.
Who will take center stage on the podcast next? Your seat on the aisle with Tom Alvarez awaits. Follow Tom on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and make sure to visit tomalvarez.studio. Watch Tom every other Thursday on Lifestyle Live on Wish TV, and make sure to listen every week here on the All Indiana Podcast Network.